parents, as moms, and keeping us on the right track. I know it's not easy. You got your hands full, but you do a good job. And so thank you very much, and you deserve this recognition this month for Women's History Month. Okay, moving right along. We're going to pledge. We'll have our treasurer report by Ms. Melinda Jackson.
I'll say it again.
You can stand.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. South County Democratic Club opening balance as of 2/1/2016 was $821.72. Our deposit as a result of membership dues was $85. Our disbursements, it was $300 for various production. That's media. That left us a closing balance of $606.72 as of 2/29/2016. And while I have the floor, I'd like to invite everybody to a public safety summit. It's going to be held at the Surratt Clinton Library on March the 30th from 6:30 to 8:30. Our speakers will be State's Attorney Angela Alsabrook, Sheriff Melvin Hyde, the Deputy Fire Chief, Councilmember Mel Franklin, our new Police Chief, and 3 of our commanders, commanders from District 4, 5, and 7. I hope you can join us. Thank you.
Great. I plan to be there. We don't vote on our approve our treasurer report, so we're going to move right along. And let me introduce the members of the Board of Directors for the South County Democratic Club. And to my left, and a former delegate for the state of Maryland, as well as Vice President, is Ms. Juanita Miller. And you just met our treasurer, Ms. Miranda Jackson. Next to her is Ms. Tamara Davis Brown, and Esquire, and she is our secretary, and our past president. So she relinquished it over to me and said, don't mess it up. Also, moving further, we have our membership chair. And where is Ms. Proctor? Please stand, raise your hand or something. We also have with us Mr. Nathaniel Bryant, who is our legislative chair. And we have been interviewed by our 2 young ladies who do all of our filming and PR. They're at the back here with cameras in their hand. There's Crystal and Tara. Do a great job. If you've seen the website or you follow us on Facebook, they're the ones that make it happen. And they do a great job. Let me say this. When they came to me earlier in the year, and last year, and they said, we want to start our business rolling in photography and website design and things of that nature. One of the people that I said they must meet was a lady by the name of Miss Carla Blue. Miss Carla Blue guided their footsteps. They met her, and unfortunately, she was killed later in a car accident. But she left her mark in them. And that's why I say that this has been the month of mentoring. They are here tonight, and they are moving forward in a great way because of her mentorship. So I want you to meet them before you leave, especially the ladies. They're doing a documentary for us, doing some great things. Before we move on to old business, I'm going to turn it over to our Vice President, Dr. Juanita Miller. You want to do it right there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. I'd just like to make some acknowledgments, protocol-wise. We have a candidate for the United States Congress here today, and he's been attending every month, Mr. Warren Christopher. On her way and walking through the door now is Ingrid Turner, Esquire. Is now running for the Circuit Court of Maryland. Now, the question has been why she switched. I'm not going to go into a long litany, but in December, 3 positions on the judgeship became available, and the Republican governor selected those persons for those positions. Now the positions are up to us to vote on putting people in that office. Ms. Turner, who is a public servant, I must admit, came to her team and said, look, you know, I tried to get into the judgeship for a few years, not as many years, but for a few years, and she has served in that capacity. Her bio is out there, but she's well qualified. Let's put it that way. Anyway, she talked to her team, and her team agreed, this is your passion. We know, not we guess or think, we know that you will do an honorable job. So she switched over and bowed out of being a congressional candidate, and I know Mr. Christopher was happy. I've given those speeches tonight. I've given all the speeches that we can give because we have a guest speaker tonight. But stand up and let everybody see. So you have the option to select her. And one other thing, Dr. Dula mentioned Carl Blue. The Prince George's County branch of the NAACP will be honoring Ms. Blue at our Women's History Program on Saturday, March 19th at the Doubletree Hotel on in Landover. I think that's Basil Court. And it's from Carla Blue.
The day.
Oh, Saturday, March 19th from, I think it's 1 to 4 p.m. It's in that timeline. I'll give you the exact timeline. I'll pull it up on my calendar. And that's all I have to present today. And again, I'd like to reiterate our gratitude for you showing up tonight. It means a lot. And imprint in your brain, April 26th, do like you did as if Obama was running again, because this is a very, very critical race. Early voting will be taking place. I'm not a proponent of early voting, and that's my personal bias, but if you choose early voting, do it. Just make sure you vote. It is real. This is a critical time for all of us. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Miller. Give her a hand. We're going to move on to our past president who's going to come and make some remarks. But before we do, let me say this. Why are we here? Why are we here? Not because you're a card-carrying member of the Democratic Party. You're here because this is a very important election.
Yes.
It's more important than when Mr. Obama ran. It really is. Because this is not only for leadership of our country, it's for respect in the whole world. When you have people running for the presidency of the United States, and the first thing they want to do is build a wall. The second thing they want to do is to repeal everything President Obama has done. The third thing they want to do is to divide our people so that their own agenda can be satisfied. Then we have a problem. Because America was built on the foundation that we're all created equal and everybody matters. And when you make a statement to keep any one people out of America, you're harming the country. We've already had the Mexican president that says you have done more damage now than the last 200 years. We're already seeing the disconnect that he's causing the great divide between Christians and Muslims. And that shouldn't be. We're already beginning to see some effects of his rhetoric in our school system, where down in Fairfax, Virginia, over in Herndon today, little school kids went and said, if Trump's elected, then you're going to be sent out of the country, and you're going to be sent out of the country. And he identified people under his immigration policy that would be barred from America. We have to vote. 26% just won't do it. Remember that little song, what is it, 99.5 just won't do it? We'll take 99.5%. But 26% won't do it. We got to vote this time. We've got to get our neighbors to vote. We've got to get everybody to go out and tell someone else, I'm voting on election day. What's that day, Dr. Miller?
April 26th.
April 26th. Now, if you want to vote early, April 14th to the 21st, I do believe.
That's right.
But if you sit home and you're a couch potato, if you're that armchair quarterback, then come November the 4th, you're going to wonder what happened. You're going to wonder why health care is gone. You're going to wonder why they're addressing Social Security for the seniors. You're going to wonder why the immigration laws are going to change. All the things that President Obama tried to do for this country. You're going to start to see them being reversed. How do I know that? How many people have followed the debates? First thing they said, the first thing I'm going to do on the first day is to repeal Obamacare and everything the president has done. And everything he has done affects everybody in this room. So you're not here because you're a card-carrying Democrat. You're here because it's time to rally the people to stand up for what's right for America. And if we don't do it now, we get what we get. So it's time to fire up. It's time to fire up when you leave here. It's time to fire up in your communities. It's time to go home and fire up your spouse or your significant other. Let them know. Put that X on the calendar because we're going to vote on such and such a date. If we don't do it now, I hate to think of what the future holds for America. Bye.
Dr. Dooley,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
just wanted to add that the NAACP's luncheon is Saturday, March 19th at 11:30 a.m. and the cost is $45.
Okay. And I even heard where Rubio's camp's falling out today. You know, they're trying to, CNN's reporting, they tell him, inside his camp, they're saying, well, maybe you ought to drop out before Florida. Because it may not be looking too good for you, and we don't want you to look bad in case you want to do something else politically. So there's a lot of dissent going on in the Republican Party, but that opens the door for a lot of unity to happen for the Democratic Party. So now's the time.
One more thing.
Yes, ma'am.
Tamara, you get this thing. I don't mean to cut it like that. Early voting, again, is not at your local precinct or polling place. So you will have to find out, going to the Board of Elections now we had some flyers last time, but you can contact any of us and we could possibly send you some voting.
I think they're already on the website.
They're on our website, okay, so just be aware.
8 places you can do early voting.
So a lot of people don't know. They
That's
think that
right.
they can go to their precinct, their regular precinct.
But just vote. Find out where you want to vote. Go. Just show up. You know, my daddy said, go and take somebody else. He used to use an old station wagon. Come on, camera. An old station wagon and go and pick senior citizens up and escort them to the voting polls. Pick somebody up and take them with you. Okay.
All right, good evening, everyone. I won't be before you long. I'm going to, as secretary, I'm going to go over the minutes. If you are active in the Democratic Club and you paid your dues, you should have gotten a copy of the minutes electronically. If you did not get it, it could have been for one of two reasons. One, your email may be incorrect and your penmanship may have been a little bit illegible, so I may have, because I have been getting a few bounce backs and we're trying to correct those. So please make sure you see our treasurer because she's keeping the running list. Second, if you paid last month, some of you came in, last month was your first month. Unfortunately, our treasurer didn't get the list to me before. I try to send the minutes out a week in advance, although this time I was a little late. I actually sent it not until over the weekend on Friday. So, but because of that, I didn't have all of the updated lists because I didn't get the list until the day before yesterday. So I apologize for that. So I'm gonna be real brief. I did not get any corrections to the minutes, but the minutes, just briefly,